Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bolotbek. I'm from Kyrgyzstan, and my friend.
Tilek Usupov. Tilek Usupov.
Well, there we are. Welcome, both of you. And we're going to talk about, at the start, the United Nations, because the United Nations are going to all parts of the world and interfering with cultural individual development. What has this meant in Kyrgyzstan, Bolo?
In the end of November, there was one event. The feminist activists organized the Feminalia, and the naked women and girls had made a performance, and they just lobbying the LGBT agenda in our country. And our community and our country just stop this stuff, propagate and interfering our cultural backgrounds. And in after that, just a moment.
Ты там на этот ставишь. Нет, не то.
That's better.
Just a minute.
Got it back.
Yeah. Is it okay?
That's fine. So just answer my question. When you count to 4, and then just answer my question.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the end of the November, the LGBT NGOs in our country has organized the Feminalia. This Feminalia was aimed for the propagating the LGBT values in our country, and our community and government authorities just stopped it and said it's unacceptable to our culture, to our law and our constitution. And most of the international organizations, including the US Senate and also the United Nations, has stated that it's also unacceptable for them that we are against these values, and they lobbying the LGBT agenda of our country. And our society just said that the permanent representative of the United Nations in our country should stop meddling the country's internal affairs and stop the LGBT agenda in our country.
Well, indeed, you formed, I understand, the civil media network to counteract all this that's coming out of the United Nations, the pressure. You almost feel obligated to taking on some of these ideas. Tell us about this network you founded.
As you know, the fake media, the fake NGOs, the fake religious organizations, the fake fake international organizations have occupied the United Nations systems. And through the hand of the United Nations system, they're lobbying the LGBT agenda, especially the affiliated organizations like Open Government Partnership, which was organized by the George Soros Fund, and they are pushing the countries, nation states, to all to obey the agenda of the LGBT by the hand of United Nations system. And
Yeah, well, in your country, what is the general feeling about LGBT and the new way of doing things? I mean, are your politicians backing the United Nations, or they're against the United Nations in this?
Our society, most of the pro-life community are against this agenda of United Nations, and most of the authorities, including the president, including the most of the politicians, are against this lobby. And the Minister of the Foreign Affairs has accused OCCE and the United Nations in meddling the country's internal affairs. And after that,
What is the connection? What is the connection in all this between LGBT and abortion? Why are these two things connected?
the connection is that they want our country to obey the general global agenda of the LGBT and to destroy our country first and then destroy our membership in the Shanghai organization, and that's after all they destroyed all this civilization. I mean that this trend leads to the self-destruction of the human being at all.
Well, what's going on here? Who's behind this? Obviously, the dollar is important. There's money at the back of so many things. Is this a money thing? Is it the capture of our minds and our philosophies? What's behind it all?
It's yeah, you're right. It's the money first, and second is stealing the minds of the new generation. Get them, the new generation, into slavery, like closed minds. As you know, these fake LGBT medias bombarding the mind of the new generation with the LGBT values. That is normal thing, and it's how to say that the killing by this action, by this trend, they killing the national and religious identities all around the world, and they killing the national states. And also this kind of things leads also the contradiction to of the core principles of the United Nations, because the core principle of United Nations is to save and protect and propagate the rights of the nations, not the dubious groups of diseased or handicapped people, psychological handicapped people.
Now, let's move on to Dilek there, because we understand he can speak Russian, but
Yeah.
you're going to translate that
Yeah.
for us. And there is a great friendship between Kyrgyzstan and Russia. You approve of many of the things they do in Russia. Again, reverting back to the LGBT scheme, and they, in fact, do not allow this at primary school. Now, in the West, as you well know, the education system from primary school right the way through to university seems to be taken over with the progressives that are pushing this the whole time. And some people actually say, well, our young people are leaving university completely brainwashed. Now tell us what happens in Russia and family values there.
Siz когда рисуете то, что вы как бы живете в России, которая является, защищает семейные ценности, и какая ваш опыт и ваше как бы положение с борьбой с тем, что как бы пропаганда в школах, университетах ЛГБТ ценностей, как надо с ним, как вы боролись и как будете бороться, да, как идет процесс, да?
Ну, то, что у нас сосед Россия, это очень хорошо, потому что мы совместными усилиями принимаем определенные действия. В свое время, в 1993 году, когда Джордж Сорос хотел ввести в наши школы гендерное равенство и то, что как обучать сексуальному опыту детей наших, что вот есть определенные дети с определенными отклонениями, тогда наш народ возмутился, потому что у нас есть определенные свои традиционные ценности, семейные ценности есть. И мы совместно вышли на пикет и запретили распространение таких книг. Здесь непосредственно в Кыргызстане мы проводим определенные акции, где популяризация идет семейного образа жизни. Мы проводим спортивные мероприятия, где папа, мама, я, спортивная семья. Проводим круглые столы, разъяснительную работу, что есть у нас всего два пола, мужской и женский, и что семья – это союз между мужчиной и женщиной. И проводим всякого рода форумы здесь. И противостоим вот ЛГБТ-сообществу тем, что мы пропагандируем наш семейный образ жизни. На сегодняшний день мы можем предложить всему миру нашу модель, модель кочевников, где семья, отец, мать и дети – это ячейка общества, такая одна крепкая, где идет распространение простого жизненного быта. Как нужно выживать в условиях сегодняшних реалий.
Can you translate for us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a common legacy with Russia from Soviet Union. As you know, during the Soviet Union, the homosexuality, LGBT, was forbidden, banned by the law of the USSR. And we are nurtured and brought up with these values. And after the collapse of the Soviet Union, most of the fake international organizations like Soros Fund, they started to propagate, to disseminate these gender equality principles among our generation and producing books and booklets for young generation. And by the meetings, by the flash mob, we have stopped this evil startup of the George Soros Fund. And luckily, Russia and Kyrgyzstan, they are neighbors, and they are the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Agent Organization and most of the trade union, and we have common values like pro-life and pro-family values. And as you know, the Kyrgyz people are nomadic people, and due to the respect of this nomadic style of life, we have saved our cultural and religious legacies, values in our society. And we know that family is the flesh of the man and woman, but that given by the God. And we always disseminating these values in our seminars, in sport actions and also in flash mobs. For example, he is a Asian champion in sumo, and he is a champion of in wrestling in USSR. And by the sport, he's pushing the agenda of the pro-life and pro-life family agenda among our new generation. And also he invites you, our colleagues in Western Europe and also in America, to visit our countries, and we are ready to share our experiences and values with you and help you in this stuff, in countering or have stop the LGBT agenda in your countries.
Yeah, I know there's a feeling in Russia, in particular with the young people, that they feel as though the whole world is against them because they see the bad publicity that often is being put out there by the West. Maybe this is a legacy from the good old days, but Russia seems to be now life in a real positive way. Certainly the churches in Russia, the Russian Orthodox Church, is leading this push, whereas there doesn't seem to be much religion, Christianity in the West anymore, that, especially in Europe, that is helping out.
You're right that Russia has a great potential in this pushing the LGBT agenda around the world, but you should remember that in the last 30 years after collapse of the Soviet Union, the young generation was bombarded by the LGBT media. And have that, and these LGBT media has infected with the liberal values among the Russian and our generation. So that Russia and our country are experiencing these difficulties because most of the young people they think that the LGBT is normal, it's good, and they sincerely they believe in it, and that's why we we have established the World Inter-Civil Media Networking, because we should work jointly. We should make a joint effort in lobbying, in saving and protecting our and disseminating our values, common universal values, universal rights for pro-life and pro-family values. And the second thing is we should defend and you should unify all the positive pro-life and pro-family people around the world in defense of our universal rights for pro-family and pro-life values at the platform of United Nations. It's our natural life to protect born and unborn children. That's why we are not at the moment is seeking the recognition we're just planning to be recognized at United Nations, being an NGO which will be defend these rights at the platform of United Nations.
Now, Paolo, you yourself are a Muslim.
I'm Muslim, yeah.
In the West, certainly there is a tension, to say the least at times, between Islam and Christianity. But how do you see this working out if one thinks of Kyrgyzstan not having a problem with this. Christians and Muslims, Jews all work together. How have you managed to accomplish that?
First of all, our country is multinational and multi-confessional people. Most of them Muslim, then Christians and Jewish people and Buddhists. And around the 120 nations are living in our country in peace and harmony. But this team of Satan, the fake medias, fake religious organizations, and LGBT, they're creating artificially creating the strengths. Between the war, or how to say that, a contradiction between the nations and between the ethno-confessional groups. You know, for example, Christians don't like the Muslim don't like the Buddhists, but all the nations, all the confession are believing one God, and they believe that God created one, man and woman, and there is one marriage, and it's automatically contradicts to LGBT agenda. That's why they create the clash of the civilization between the Muslims and Christians and Buddhists and Jewish people. And so the common enemy of LGBT people are the truly Christian, truly Muslim, and truly Buddhist or truly Jewish people who believe in the God. And
that's very interesting, Bolo, because of course from this end of the world we get lots of fake news, as you do, and what you've been saying consistently is that we have to be very careful.
Absolutely right.
There
Yeah.
To see what the good news is and what the bad news is in terms of truth. Now, how finally do you do this? Who is telling the truth? Are we to listen to what, dare one say, our professors in university and the left-wing teachers in the rest of the scholastic tradition are saying, or do we look for other information? And if one thinks about the internet, where you can get other information, that carries its own risks. You have the extremists, maybe, at times. How do we get to the truth, Bolo?
You're absolutely right. The LGBT is a new form of extremism. It's a new form of fascism. It's a new form of terrorism and extremism. That's why we are unifying the people, regardless to their race, religion, confession, or status, or the marital status. It doesn't matter. We just unify all the people around the world via internet. Via internet, especially by the help of networking. And for example, you are telling the truth for us. You are like a Westerner. You are how European man telling the truth for us, for our people. And in our turn, we are telling the truth to your country, to your people. It's like a mutual work. And at the moment, our friend, American pastor and pro-life and pro-family activist, Scott Life, and American rabbi, Jewish Nason Shmuley Leiter, is telling truth about American life, how it's going on. And it's, how to say that, easiest way and the best, safest way, true information from Western people. That's why we don't believe any kind of Western media like CNN, BBC, or how to say that, like Freedom Radio. We now just created absolutely new form of informational platform for our defense of our rights. It's a world inter-civilian media networking that will broadcast our agenda, pro-life agenda. Because at the moment, LGBT is a fact. It's a true fact. They're living, have the power, they have the finance power. But we will not fight with them. They will go to self-destruction. At the moment, we should save our generation, our children. That's why we should reinforce our background, our pro-life platform. And at the moment, we are planning to build our database center, the data center, with media, and we are going to make a statement to United Nations to recognize our movement and recognize to our NGO, and we just have to say that we will establish the third center of United Nations in our country. We don't ask any finance or any kind of things. We just asking for recognition, and we will do with our hands, with our efforts, with our help our friends. And it's a hard job. It's a responsible job, and so we also by this introduction we're inviting all our friends, all our partners to join to this movement, and because it's informational war. We are in this informational war. We're defending the rights of our rights and rights of the born children.
Thank you, Bolek. Thank you, Dilek. I'll start this again. Thank you, Bolo.
Thank you.
Dilek.
Thank you.
We will be back with you.
Yeah,
very
and also
shortly,
in
because
addition.
things are moving so fast
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah, in addition, we are preparing the memorandum, the general memorandum. How we will make it will be a general roadmap. How we will do joint efforts in enacting this way. So within 1 month, we will send to all our friends and partners around the world to read this memorandum and join to this movement.
That's good. We look forward to that, and we will give you a chance to explain that in more detail when we contact you once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bolo and Dilek.
Thank you.
Thank you.